The crypto market sees a major dump in the last 24 hours, wiping approximately $700 million in liquidations. And I believe this is only centralized exchanges, so if we account for on-chain, probably over $1 billion in liquidations. I believe this is what tipped it over. There was a lot of toppish signals and people were turning bearish, especially after the major upward moves we were seeing with little to no pullbacks. So the SEC will reject all Bitcoin spot ETFs in January, says Matrix Port analyst. And it's crazy because the same analyst published this yesterday. Or 2 days ago. Bitcoin spot ETF approval imminent, BTC to jump to $50,000. That was on Tuesday. And then the next day, or maybe even the same day published, within 24 hours, why the SEC will reject Bitcoin spot ETFs again. And you can see he's like, it's not the same day. One is Tuesday, one is the other. Complete joke, honestly. So let's go over Bitcoin. Because wherever Bitcoin goes, that's where the market goes. We have the halving in less than 100 days. So in my opinion, dips are still for buying. You do not want to be using a ton of leverage. If we're looking at the larger picture, if we break $47,000, we're going to keep trading upwards and we're going to make our way to all-time highs and potentially break new highs. That's what we do. That's what Bitcoin does. So we're looking for 47K for a huge acceleration upwards after we break that level. And if we're looking at like the low end where we do not want to trade under, and I don't think we will, that would be 31.5K. This is on the weekly, just giving you the larger time frame. If we're looking at the daily, I'm looking at a few levels right now. So this is a support I'm looking at right now, the 40,200, 40,500 area right now. It's in line with the daily moving average as well. And that is something that you can see we've used as great support. We almost wicked down there yesterday. We had, if we're looking at, let's see from the top to bottom, an 8% dump. Not too, okay, the real top to bottom right here. From the top to bottom, approximately 10%. And you can see that we're landing on this support right here, which is approximately $43,000. I'm not sure where we're gonna go right now. I think it's a high probability that we actually come down and fill this wick right here. So back down to 41.3. I also think we can come and test this support, 40,500, maybe wick back down and then regain and start trading back up. So if you're thinking of shorting this, you definitely missed the move across the board. Tons of coins dropped 10, 20, 30%. So you don't want to get into a late short. Honestly, I also think a lot of people are trying to long this, thinking it's just going to bounce back up. But with such a large move, even if we've seen something similar like this, you can see that it took a few days for us to bounce back up. If you look at the RSI, we are in a downtrend. You're seeing a divergence with lower lows and lower highs, while price is still making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm not sure if we've seen the end of this dump. Also, upcoming to the ETF dates, like if they do get rejected, this is just like a little bit of a little bit of a preview that we've seen. If we do have ETFs that are going to get rejected, I do think we'll see some more downside. If we look back on the weekly, these are the levels I'm looking for, 40,500. If not, the next level I'd be looking at would be 37, 38K. And the lower it dips, the bigger buying opportunities we have. So if we don't hold this, then I'd be looking at this 38K region right here. And there's more support levels, like this one's a great one right here, 35.7. And kind of just levels I'm looking at to see where price ends up and how it interacts with these levels. And then we can make our plan. It's extremely important to be patient here. You don't want to rush into a long. You don't want to rush into a short and just get wiped up, especially with high leverage. So that's kind of my outlook on Bitcoin. I'm going to see how it trades over the next few hours, days, and to see if we actually fill this wick, if we come back and trade below the 40,500 area right here would be a great place to use as a buying opportunity to go long. And if we break down, of course, be using stop losses, then you can revisit this level right here, like the 38,000 level, and maybe we get a bounce there. If we get bad news, maybe we come back down to the 35K. I know there was going to be a pullback, I just didn't know when. Like Bitcoin, especially in bull markets, we move upwards extremely fast, but it falls 3 times quicker. So you need to be ready, and that could be like having stop losses or buy orders at really, key areas that'll just wick you in, and then you're instantly in profit. That's for Bitcoin. With the halving in less than 100 days, the goal is to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. You want to be stacking as much as possible. I've been waiting for a dump, so looking to get into great entries on a lot of coins that I'm watching. And yesterday I missed the opportunity. I was working all day looking at charts pretty much all day, and then I went to go work at a coffee shop, and while I was driving, the market dipped, and I just pretty much missed everything. Now we're going to be looking at ETH. We covered Bitcoin first because whatever Bitcoin does, regardless of what we do on ETH right now, the whole market will follow. If Bitcoin dumps 10-15%, the market will dump 10-15% at minimum. There might be some strong altcoins that don't, but from what I saw yesterday, altcoins got smashed and they recovered a lot quicker. With ETH, we predicted that it was going to break out of this ascending triangle. Wasn't hard work, and it did so right here. Also with the previous videos with Bitcoin going to 42K, Solana going to $75. We smashed all of those targets, but then it started getting out of hand where everything was just moving upwards extremely fast, and I just didn't know where the market was going anymore. I didn't know when we were going to dump, if we were going to keep overextending upwards. So you just have to, enjoy the gains, don't take any crazy trades, and just let the market show you what it's going to do. So right here, right now, you're seeing ETH. Look at this candle right here. Liquidations upwards, liquidations downwards. It just thrusted both sides, inducing longs and shorts. That's nuts. That's on the weekly. On the daily, you can see we smashed right into support right here. I still have my targets, of course, on this large ascending triangle, all the way back up to 4,500. I have the first target at $2,500. That's where I see some strong support, and then $3,000. Are we going to come back down and test this ascending triangle, the $2,000 area? If we come down to $2,000, that's a great buy. If we go lower, you can just keep adding to your spot bags. But $2,000, $1,950 to $2,000, I think is a great buy. It's a great long, and you don't need any crazy leverage unless you catch the wick bottom and you're adding a little bit of leverage and you're riding it back instantly. That's a major win. So ETH we won't cover for too long. We are looking at a potential pullback, and if we fill the wick for Bitcoin, we're gonna fill the wick for all the other coins, in my opinion. You can see right here, this would be a great area, the first great area to get into, which would be approximately 2138, 2140, testing prior resistance, testing the previous higher high, and you can see we've tested it a few times. So buying there and then waiting for it to go to 2,500 wouldn't be too bad of a move. If we go lower, then we would be testing the 2,000 to 1950 area, as I mentioned. Now if we go to Solana, I've been watching for a pullback, and we just haven't really got a decent one here. We might be seeing one in the making right now. I'm really watching the Sol BTC pair because I want to throw some Bitcoin into Sol, and it's just ran away so quick, so high, so fast. And now we're seeing, some sort of pullback right here. The wick down, so Solana from the top up, 33%, and from yesterday's dump, 26%. it looks like it is honestly going to trade back down. And if we could get Solana in the $78 area, that's a really great place to start adding. Especially if you think Sol is going to go back to 250, its prior all-time high, and some people are targeting $1,000, $500. So $78, especially with the volume, the market participants, everybody that's flocking to Sol, I am, pretty bullish on it, the whole ecosystem, all the airdrops that are coming. So I'm looking for some good pullbacks on Sol. If we can get $78, that would be a great place. You can see prior resistance right here, prior support, right here. And that would be a good place to buy. 78, 75 bucks. If we get extremely lucky, we'd be looking at $60. But what would be extremely lucky would be the $43, $45 range. But that's like another 50% drop. So I'm not hoping for that. I'm not going to be waiting for that is what I mean, because with what I've seen so far is we're getting these smaller pullbacks and just keeps breaking prior higher highs. And it's like, I can wait forever, but I need to adjust. And we're in a bullish market. Dips are for buying. They're still for buying. These flushes are great because, when something's just going up like this, it's really hard for me to find an entry and to get size in. I don't want to be buying like breakouts. I don't want to be buying at resistance, but it's just been working. It's been working, like it's insane. So this is what I'm looking for Sol. There's a lot of other altcoins that I'm looking at, but I just really wanted to cover Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. We'll do, videos for those specific altcoins. For coins that are coming out and I'm extremely bullish on it, I think we'll do really good. NFTs, IDOs, airdrops, we're going to cover everything. So hit the subscribe button. I wanted to do a quick video, pretty much outline where I think Bitcoin is going and what the levels are that I'm watching that are very important. So if we break over the 47 area and trade above it, Bitcoin, just long that shit. We're going to keep moving upwards. We're going to go to the 50K area, which I think is extremely important to trade above that huge psychological number. Bitcoin over 50K again. Everybody will be talking about it. And hopefully we work our way up there slowly, maybe after the halving, and then we just really explode. I've seen a lot of crazy predictions, but I'm thinking 160. 180, like 220K would be the next BTC top. People are still calling for millions of dollars. Of course, I would love that. More than anybody, in my opinion. But, we got to keep it realistic and we got to take profits, especially when you're seeing life-changing money. You can lock yourself in. Don't be foolish. Don't write it back down. Don't do anything crazy. So 47K is the key number, the key level we're looking to break above, so we can the whole market just continues above and running really hard, in my opinion. This is like the no trade zone. We do not want to fall below $31,000. Would we be buying it? This would be an amazing buying opportunity. This would be an amazing support level to buy from. Look at this, support, resistance. So if we're looking at market structure, you can see that we've broken this downtrend where we are doing lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we've broken that market structure. That's why I say dips are for buying. You have now higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And where's the higher low going to go? Right here. That's why I was like hoping we get some sort of dip, because if we just keep doing this, it's harder to get some trades in. I'm holding spot Bitcoin. I'm all in the crypto market, so we could shoot to $1 million. I'll be extremely happy, but it's healthy for us to get some sort of dip, make a higher low. If that would be like, the levels we went over, 40,000, 35K. Do we do the higher low all the way back down to 31K and then, maybe trade back to all-time highs like that? Who knows? Nobody knows. So just wanted to do a quick video. I'm still extremely bullish. The halving is less than 100 days. We're seeing crazy opportunities every day. You do not want to miss out. So hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow.